Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Plebian Racing. This is the World Tour Round 7. We're back in California, my hometown. We are in Sonoma, Napa Valley wine country. Can it get any sunnier, any brighter than this today here? I'm joined today with the man, Schultze. Here in the booth.
Hello. How's it going?
Fantastic. How about yourself, Schultz?
It's good. I'm excited to be watching the season finale for the World Championship today. It's gonna be a good one.
What do you expect is going to go down here in the last race?
I think it's gonna be really exciting. Sonoma has a lot of passing opportunities, and I think it really promotes close racing. And it's very, intense.
Oh, intense, I think, is going to be the right way to describe Sonoma Raceway. I think it's a mix of VIR and Laguna Seca. If you took those two tracks and maybe a little bit of Alton Park or Snetterton, combined all those and they had a baby, that would be Sonoma Raceway. And I think all those tracks combined just breathe intensity. It is tight. It is twisty. You've got even the straightaways are not even a straightaway, even though we're on an NHRA drag strip circuit. It's just amazing. I love this track so much with my heart. I've only been there once in my lifetime so far. So yes, I'm going to be that guy, just ranting and raving about my home track. Okay, so give it up.
I feel like the elevation changes are going to catch a lot of people off today battling.
I think so too. I think this is going to be really reliant on setups.
Oh, definitely. I feel like getting the car to roll mid-corner through these hills would be very important.
Oh yeah, and it's just a send-it track, I think, too, where you really have to commit to these blind apexes, these crested apexes so early in the turn where, breathing up on the throttle is basically going to cost you a position, and depending on what pack you're in, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, I feel like this track promotes you knowing the track, knowing every corner and how to take it, because you can't really see the corners coming up. You just kind of have to know where they are and trust in your knowledge of the track. Get fast.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there any other Californians amongst the group here that you're aware of, Schultze?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think I'm the only local boy that might have the home field advantage.
And you're not even racing.
And I'm not even racing.
Crazy.
And to be fair, I only downloaded the track maybe about a month ago and immediately threw around the GT3 Beamer from way back when and spun it around because I was headed to GT America at Sonoma, obviously, and wanted to see what it was like and what the drivers were going through. And boy, Schulte, I got some gnarly pictures of my Beamers doing a wheelie on the entrance to the carousel, as I'm sure you experienced when you were driving around earlier today.
Oh yeah, it's a very rough track, and the lack of runoff areas is really gonna, I think, spice things up. They better not make any mistakes today.
You know, it's not. I hate to disagree with you right away, Schulte. It's not the lack of runoff area; it's that the runoff area is punishing, right? It's it's there, but it's all slick grass. It's that Assetto Corsa blade of grass that the Italian grass that if you kiss, you're just instantly killed, right? That's the punishing thing that we're dealing with. We're on board with the Robins. Let's see if we can get on board. If I can click on the right thing. Whoa, we need to go cat. Not his face. Come on. Schulte, you want to talk us through a lap here at Sonoma Raceway when Mr. Corey Robbins gets to the line, maybe?
Sure thing. Not sure how good it's gonna be, but we'll try it.
Hate to throw your feet into the fire day one. Here we go.
Yeah.
He's going through the S's. This is what I'm talking about. You know, the back straight isn't even a straightaway. It's a chicane. It's S's all the way through. Front straight, I feel like it's the same conversation. It's got this nice giant hook to it. The entry to turn the entry to turn 2 is just this giant lunge up a mountain, I guess.
Yeah.
As Corey Robbins
so as we
goes to the line.
Start the lap, this is gonna be an uphill, kind of an S. I wouldn't call it really S's. It's like 2 left-handers in a row, right into a right-hander, going uphill. You want to make sure in this first corner your car rolls very well, and you continue your momentum through the corner without getting on the grass, as Corey does very well. And then I feel like a lot of this track is just a lot of S's to put together, as we have another set of S's right there. They come into one of the slower speed corners on the track. He's doing a really good job here. This is all pretty much flat out right here, going up the hill. And after the hill, right as you enter the hill, on the brakes. This is one of the more sketchy corners, I feel.
Absolutely.
And onto the whatever you could call a back straightaway. This is probably it.
Yeah, I'd say the back straight, sure. The only straight part on the track.
Right here, I feel like this is going to be sketchy for passing. I think it has opportunities, but it'll be very tight. Back into more S's. A lot of S's. Oh, and Corey dies. Wait, he died on my screen. Okay, he's back.
Oh, he's back. He's back. A little bit of net code going on. Corey Robbins is still on track, thankfully, but he's not really improving on his lap now, is he?
I feel like this is probably one of the most important corners on the track for passing and gaining lap time. You should play as easily as possible and roll through.
The last hairpin, you're saying?
Yes.
Interesting. I agree with you too. I think so. What is that? Turn 11, let's say, the back hairpin. Turn 7 on the opposite end of the track towards the other end of the drag strip. It's almost a double right-hander, right? With the 2 crested apexes there, coming out of the carousel, and then maybe turn 4 being a little hot and heavy. And I apologize, the camera took over for a second and I fat fingered it. We did not get to see Corey Robbins at the first part of the lap, but we caught your commentary for turn 4 onward, basically from here back. So I apologize about that, but great job getting us through the lap. Like I said, I agree with you 100%. 7 hairpin, 11 hairpin, those are going to be the big dive bomb opportunities where you can really catch up that quarter second, because as we've seen on board, there's not really a lot of space side by side anywhere on track. As we can take a look at qualifying, these guys are already into the 38s, so Spinia with a 138.8, but chilling in the pits for now. Pinguino with a 39.1, nipping at the heels. Pasha Paterson, our championship leader right now, with a 139.378. Looking good. Corey Robbins right on their tail, and then we have a group of people in the 40s who will soon catch up to the pack ahead. That's for sure.
I do have a quick question.
Absolutely.
Is the final hairpin, is that at turn 11 on this layout? I thought that was turn 11 on the NASCAR layout.
Aha! See, I might have the wrong layout in front of me also. Let me take a look. This is the NASCAR layout. I'm looking at. I might be looking at the 1968 to 92 track layout.
This is a
I
long
apologize, folks.
Alrighty. I think Penguin has a really good car, and I saw his setup earlier, and I was watching him drive. I love how he carries the momentum through these hills, and he's very confident on every corner. And he doesn't make that many mistakes, which is really good for this track, I think. It promotes smart racing, which I feel like Penguin very much so is. Penguin goes flying off the track.
Oh no.
Poor
He's
Penguin.
jolting back to the pits, probably in frustration and not being able to pick up the pace and be up there with a spin yet. Do you want to talk about the championship, or shall I, Schultze?
You probably should talk about it, because I don't have it pulled up.
Okay, I have the championship standing pulled up. And I hate to tell you, folks, I think the championship has been decided already. I think there's been one guy that has showed up every single race, put in the time, the effort. We had a couple of great finishes this season. A couple of silvers, a couple of golds, I believe, a couple bronzes from the looks of it at the grid standings. So we start the 7th round here. I'm going to give it up to Pasha Paterson. I'm going to pull him up on screen so we can get a good look at him. He is going to be racing with us next season as well, so keep your eye on him. The MX-5 and the Audi TT Cup that's coming up this Wednesday and Saturday here at the same place and the same time. Pasha Paterson, congratulations on your championship victory for the inaugural season of the Plebian World Tour. Bravo, sir. Bravo, sir. 93 points. It is a big gap back. 58 points to Martin in second. But hold your breath, folks, because between Martin, Penguin, and James, leader, 4 points. So the rest of the podium will be decided tonight for sure, with the 3 of these guys showing up and putting out. But we have an absentee right now. James Leader is nowhere to be seen as we enter the 10th minute of qualifying. And if James Leader doesn't show, I think that'll hand the battle over to Martin and Penguin, obviously. But more interestingly, if that's even a word, that spits Tradion ahead. Because Tradion is now with 45 points, my dyslexia kicking in. 45 to James Leader's 54. So a mere 11 points in the championship would bump Tradion immediately up into 4th place. So if he can snake away a 2nd place finish tonight, that'll be good enough. And then leave, obviously, Penguin and Martin to fight amongst themselves wherever they end up, wherever those breadcrumbs may fall.
Whoever finishes in front of each other is going to get it there.
Pretty much. That's what it's looking like. What's the difference, though? Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be, because the points reference looks like it's 2 points separated, except for, obviously, 10th back, 9th back.
Double points today.
Oh, double points today.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. So that means that Tradion only needs to get 6th or better to get his 10 that he needs to beat out James No-Show Leader tonight.
Yeah, I feel like Martin needs to step it up if he's going to.
Wow, so Martin needs to get his SHYT together, because he is not looking good in 7th place, putting down 140s With Tradion putting down laps a tenth faster, and he's chilling in the pits. Maybe he's got more in the bag as Penguin is now still. Oh, excuse me. He has now gotten into the 38, so with a 38.8, throwing out heater.
Penguin's not messing around today.
No. I think he's got a point to prove between him and Martin, and he wants to put some cars between them, so that gives him a cleaner fighting chance. Mandatory pit tonight there, Schulte?
There is one.
Okay.
45-minute window.
And would you prefer if I called you, we have options, Carson, Schulte, or Garbon?
Do not call me Carbon. The other two are fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. That's all. I think Pasha's the only one in Alfa Romeo, isn't he? I think so.
I think so, and I think so now. Maybe was James Leader in a Alfa Romeo? No, I feel like he was in a Peugeot. No, because it was him, Pasha, and Martin were all in a battle, and there was 3 different manufacturers coming out of the entry to the castle section at Azerbaijan 2 weeks ago. So I can't remember what he was driving. Maybe could have been a Hyundai.
He's got options.
Oh, he's got a ton of options. These CRs seem to be quite unique too, as I've noticed each one of them handled differently. But I fell in love with the Honda right away, but that's just because I'm a fanboy. I have a CRX, a CRZ, and obviously in the market for more Hondas in the future.
Yeah. Is the lack of Hondas next season gonna hurt you?
Well, I feel like the MX-5 is as close to a Honda as you could possibly get, so I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I mean, it's basically a Toyota, you know? It's basically a Toyota.
Wow, interesting.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course not.
Yeah.
Oh, his Penguin's off in the final last turn. Or excuse me, second to last turn. Through the S's, the final S's, and locking up the brakes just a hair at the final hairpin. And I'm going to... Oh, and he pulls over at the line. That's it for him. Backfired to boot. Let's go through the field and see if we can jump on board with anybody else. I'm trying to get compliance from my stream deck. Let's jump on board with Pasha and see what he's up to here at Sonoma Raceway and try to do another onboard lap, because I know he's going to be pushing, but he is getting held up by someone. Who is that possibly in front of him in a Hyundai, moving away, as Pasha's not necessarily on a hot one, but he will be, and obviously gaining as he does the smart thing and backs off dramatically to make sure that he doesn't catch him while he's on his hot lap, cooling down the tires a little bit. It might have been smoke. Didn't mean to talk over you there. And it might have been smoke. Oh, it was the smoke man.
The smoke man.
I think he's got 4 minutes left and is going to be desperate to try to get a lap together, as Pasha is actually setting himself up. This is going to be a great onboard lap. Hopefully he keeps it together and I don't give him the commentator's curse, as he went super wide on the exit of 11.
Everybody's going to have 2 laps left if all they choose to do it.
Spicy into turn 1, up the hill, breathe off the throttle, get the car rotated with the pitch of the brakes, swing it around into the curbing, kiss the grass, cross over to the track on the other side of the curbing, breathe on the gas one more time, twist it around, power through 3. up the hill blind crest on the brakes nice and early as he just pushed super hard on the front left tire on the entrance of 5, excuse me. Coming around and leaping into the carousel. Just desperately holding on with that front right tire.
He gained 2 tenths in that corner alone. He has to find 5 tenths this lap.
Banging it through the gears on the back straight, approaching 7. The double right-hander we were talking about earlier, hitting it perfectly on one, hitting it perfectly on the second one, pushing it to the limit. Pasha is on a steamer. He is going through the last couple of S's like a demon. Look at how he throws it over the curbs and onto the grass. Can he hold on? He can. Might have cost him a little bit of time. It did. Maybe about a 10th. Pushing it into the last hairpin. Onto the apex, onto the throttle. Pushing it to the wall of pit lane and to the line. What is it? And he's not able to improve. Is he? Oh. Where did the time go? Man, what a beautiful lap. It looked like he kept it together.
Penguin and Kevin, it's tough competition.
Oh, absolutely. I bet they are on the limits of cohesion as those times are getting closer and closer together.
He's on fire this lap, though, that's for sure. He's starting 3 tenths up in the first 3 corners.
Pasha's pushing it to the limit.
This will be his last lap. He'll have one more. He's got the delta, he's still on to it. He goes up. Okay. Pasha lost his.
That's a fucking big fuel tank.
Tight. He's gonna need to gain 5 tenths in this final braking zone if he wants to get pole. Even right now. Gonna be aggressive. He is aggressive.
Oh, and he is pushing it to the limit. You're right. He is aggressive.
He's gonna go up on his delta. Not gonna be enough though. He's gonna need this last lap to be amazing without mistake.
He's gonna need 4 tenths. Still, 5 tenths.
He's a lot faster in the first half of the lap than his previous ones. But then he loses it throughout the rest of the lap.
What do you think's going on, Schulte? Is it just tire fade? Is he heated up the tires too much in the first sector and losing it through the middle, or what's going on?
Well, I've been seeing him, he's been losing about 2 to 3 tenths in that double right-hander that we were talking about earlier. I'm not sure if it's the line that he's taking or what. It just all goes away there. That's where the lap unfolds.
As he is sending it into the carousel still. Maybe about 2 tenths up right now, holding on to it, but losing out a little bit with a kiss of that grass. Oh no.
Yeah, he's in the red already.
Oh no. Maybe a little bit of frustration, desperation coming out of Pasha as he's trying to push this little TCR a little too hard.
You got it there. You got really good double rating.
He did, as he's gaining a little bit.
I don't see how he's going to get it though.
There's a lot of time to be made up in the S's, I will admit that.
This lap will be faster if he keeps it together, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough.
Oh, as he breathes off the grass to keep him on track, and he's able to.
He's going to need to do something special here.
Oh, he needed to drift miracle, but I don't think he's got it.
Oh, he lost so much time though.
Unfortunate.
Pasha will be in 3rd place.
He can't be unhappy about that. And let's see if we can quickly grab Pasha Paterson and drag him into the commentator's booth real quick. Get your questions ready, folks, as I get him in here. Hey, Pasha Paterson, sorry to just grab you and dump you in the commentator's booth, but we wanted to get you on stream here and talk about the championship that you've had so far, if you would be so inclined.
Sure, why not?
Fantastic. First, hey, how are you? And would you mind introducing yourself very quickly?
Yeah, I'm Pasha Paterson. I'm a professional geek. I run Zero Bandwidth Autosports, and I run with Pro Sim Racing, and I can apparently drive front-wheel drive cars okay.
More than okay. Don't be modest here. Have you seen the championship standings? Hopefully I'm looking at the right ones. The one with the number 1 next to your name, right?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Penguin would show up last week and make it a fight this week. The last 3 rounds are all tracks that I had never tried before, so I was a little nervous about the end of the championship, everybody catching up to me, but I got very lucky and managed to stay just barely good enough to kind of hold on to it.
I don't think just barely good enough was quite it, as we end up with double points tonight, as I am now told. So I think even with a great finish from Martin, you are out of reach from him. So congratulations with P1 in the Plebian Racing World Tour inaugural season. And what are we doing next season? And do you think you're going to come back just as strong, if not stronger?
Well, I think the second World Tour is the Audi TT Cup, which I've raced a few times with varying degrees of success. But it's another front-wheel drive car. It has push to pass. It has, has a big old
push to
hang out the back.
pass.
So yeah, it's a fun car. I look forward to it. We run it a few times on SRS and in other series and stuff with SRO UK and all that good stuff. So it's a fun car. Looking forward to it, and it always produces good racing. So yeah, should be a good season.
What are some of the quick things that we should look out for next season with those Audi TTs? Since you said you run them a couple times, are they going to be spicy in the tight and twisties? Are they going to be interesting with the KERS system, push to pass being used? What are we going to be excited for?
Well, much like these TCRs, they're really good to just throw into corners and do a little bit of 2-foot control and drifting and all that kind of stuff. Push to pass is going to be a pretty important strategic element, especially if we have longer races. You're going to want to conserve those and use them at the right time and figure out where on each track you get the most bang for the buck coming out of a corner and getting that boost. So yeah, it's just another wrinkle to add to the strategy, and yeah, it should be good.
Right on. I am looking very, very forward to next season. And again, congratulations on this season. Schulte, anything that you want to talk about or any questions for Pasha before I dump him back into the race chat?
Well, all I got to say is you're starting 3rd. That's a good place to start at Sonoma, and the best of luck to you today.
Thank you very much. I just downloaded the track this afternoon. I wasn't really expecting to be where I am on the grid, so it's a nice happy surprise. So we'll see if I manage to not throw it away here.
You thought you had the 4 tenths up earlier, and kind of looks like it all unraveled at the end there, but looks like you had the pace to win.
Well, yeah, I got to keep it out of the walls. I'm struggling with consistency a little bit, but yeah, the pace is there somewhere.
Good to hear.
Right on. Well, as we get to the grid, good luck to you. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff as we just talked with our championship leader, Pasha Paterson, as we are getting to the grid for the race here at Sonoma Raceway. Awesome questions, though, and good point, Carson, talking about Pasha and the 4 tenths that we missed out on. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Thank you.
That was perfect. As I'm trying to find a good camera to watch the start of the race from. Maybe, ooh, this is not looking good. Maybe we just want to do one of these, huh, folks? Pitch that over to Espina as the lights are on and the race is about to begin. And we are underway. 50 minutes mandatory pit plus 1 lap as we are entering race 7 for the TCR Plebian Racing World Tour finale. Up the hill we go. Turn 1, turn 2. Cleanly side by side a little bit in the back there. Beautiful stuff. I'm excited about this.
Looks like Kevin got a really good jump on Penguin there.
He sure did. Look at that gap. 0.6, a half second already as they get into 5. The downhill right-hander. This is looking beautiful. Look at the class and respect these guys are giving to each other. I mean, they've done this for seven races now, but these guys are looking professional, aren't they?
They really are. I think today we're going to be focusing a lot on Penguin and Martin, how they race each other, and if Martin can get up to the front.
Golly, as you say that, look at where Martin is, starting in 6th place now. Did he lose a couple of positions?
No, Martin stayed where he was at the start.
Okay. Let's look at the progress. The only thing that's changed around is Corey Robbins swapping places with a good neighbor. 4th and 5th place getting swapped back and forth. The intervals staying tight. The gap overall, just 2 seconds separating 1st through 4th, and then 4 seconds separating basically the entire field. Wow, and Ospina and Penguin going at it. Pasha Paterson's got to be licking his lips right now. Oh my God, as they go side by side on the straight. What happened? As there's more carnage in the back, Penguin just gets collected into the wall.
That is huge for the championship.
At turn 1, oh no. Did he get licked in the rear by... Carson, did you see that? Schultze, what happened?
I did not. I just saw him start spinning.
Oh my God, right? There must have been some sort of lag there between him and Ospina as there's more action right in the backfield. These guys are side by side. It's got to be more of that rubber banding that we've seen unfortunately happen between Kevin Ospina time and time again with other drivers. That's the only thing that makes sense. The only crazy part is that Penguin wasn't even close to where I thought Ospina would have been, which is the most unfortunate thing ever. That's just really, really sad. That's bad.
The good news is his car doesn't look to be destroyed. Of course he has damage, but I don't think it's a race-ending crash.
Maybe not a race. Sorry, go ahead.
He's catching the pack.
Yeah, maybe not a race-ending crash, but it will mean that he has a lot more work to do, as he had a hefty lead over Martin, and that was looking like a done deal, but obviously not anymore, as Penguin, 8 seconds lost on the field in front right now. 150 that last lap around, unfortunately. Rest of the field kind of in the 41s, 42s, 40s. As there's a little bit of damage on the nose of Pasha, maybe. Was he maybe involved in some of that Ospina madness?
Martin has some damage on his bumper as well, it looks like.
Does he? Well, there was definitely a few cars that got collected by that, right?
Yeah, I feel like they all kind of bundled up together when Penguin spun out.
Yeah, as Martin is... Who's that behind him? Is that is my man Tradion making a move inside, maybe on 7? Nope. Thinking
Martin
better of it.
As long as Martin's ahead of Penguin, then he's solid. That's what he needs to be thinking about right now. I don't think, from what I've seen, Martin has the race pace to win the race. So if he's trying to get second in the championship, he just make sure he does not get in a wreck with anybody. Pasha and the Good Neighbor are fighting for second place. Looks like Pasha just got passed, but he's still all over him.
Oh, excuse me, snapping back to that battle. I apologize. I was trying to mess with the audio to get you boosted a little bit. But yeah, holy smokes, what happened to the Good Neighbor? All of a sudden pulling time out of his butt. Did Pasha Paterson make a mistake? Give me the update, Schulte.
Well, I just saw they were battling side by side. The Good Neighbor got the advantage on him, but Pasha is not letting him go. He's all over him.
Goodness gracious. But Pasha's just trying to finish this race, I think. He's got no worries on his mind other than maybe duking it out for bragging rights with Martin right now, huh? Oh, as the Good Neighbor blows through 7, giving it right back up to Pasha Paterson as he gets the lead into the S's. Oh, as he gets super sideways. What a drift.
That was crazy.
Oh my goodness, I would have paid to see that seesaw of the hands.
I do have to say, if I was Pasha in this race with the championship already wrapped up, I would just go for the win. There's nothing else to do.
Really? You would?
Yeah.
Oh wow, as he's backing up the Good Neighbor and Corey Robbins.
This is good for Martin, so you try to catch up.
So what would be your strategy then? Are you saying that you would go for the 30-minute? Well, what was your strategy, or what is your strategy here? Are you a 30-minute, I'm going to split it in half, take the tires, take the fuel, this is 2-stint race, or are you trying to stay in the pits as short as possible and stay out for as long as possible?
I think it depends on what's happening, like your race situation. I feel like Pasha and Penguin need to be very aggressive here. Pasha doesn't need to be, but he has the ability to. Like Penguin, if he's going to catch Martin, needs to be aggressive, have an aggressive strategy, probably take those tires, and try to push the car as much as possible. If I'm Martin right now, I'd just do the normal strategy. Do it at 30 minutes. There's no risk.
All right. There's no risk for Martin. He just needs to bide his time and play his game, because it has been working for him. I will say that because he has had the opportunity to go ahead. As Good Neighbor makes the same mistake twice, opening the door to Corey Robbins, but Corey was not really expecting that, I don't think, and kind of backed out of it. Let him collect the place back up off the floor. But I don't know how patient Corey's going to want to continue to be. I know he's a patient man, but he can't be giving up time like that. As you already said, Martin is nipping at the heels, and he's going to make his move into the hairpin. He doesn't want to wait any longer as the Good Neighbor goes wide and deep. But, oh no, another battle behind. Oh no. Let's see if we can get on board with that. There's Martin and Tradion going side by side through the hairpin, but back up into turn 1. Who's got the lead? That's Martin over Tradion. Yes.
Martin did not leave him any room in there. I think Tradion either clipped through the tire barrier or was right on it.
Oh my goodness, through the hairpins. Oh, Martin off the track, but dragging Tradion with him apparently as he's moving back onto the racing line, getting it collected, going super deep up the hill though. Hooking it. Oh god, I love those shots, by the way. When you see these TCRs getting on 3 wheels around Sonoma Raceway, that puts a smile on my face as he gives Martin a little kiss in the rear. Let him know he's still there and he wants that position back. This is spicy. I don't know where to watch as he tries to make a move on the inside of the carousel. Come on, camera, switch around. Oh, he's not able to hold on as he goes back on the outside of the exit. Oh, Corey Robbins up ahead. Yes. On the inside of Good Neighbor.
When
here we go.
Martin and Tradion are fighting here. Penguin is catching them.
You're right. Penguin is 1.8 seconds back, and like you said, we need to keep an eye on those two, as they're going to turn into some magnets here. As I think Good Neighbor wants to make a move back at Corey into the final hairpin. What do you think?
Might be a good move.
Oh, he's sending it too far back. I hope he agrees, and he is, but he's right on the heel, and we're going to go backwards to the battle between Martin and Tradion quickly, and here we are. Oh no, as Martin goes wide, gives the position back to Tradion.
Here's the fight we've all been waiting for. Martin and
This
Penguin.
is it, folks. Yes. Holy Toledo. Martin 4 seconds down that last lap round, slowing down huge into turn 2. What is going on? Does he have a mechanical issue? Is he ordering a pizza? What's going on, folks? This is unlike Martin. Carson, give me some insight.
I have absolutely no clue what he was doing, honestly. But now I think that shakes up the strategy game on what we have to do.
Is Martin? I have no idea. I can't think of what Martin's trying to do other than just provide us with a little bit of excitement and entertainment here in the final race of the season, as he lets Penguin by, I must say.
I feel like the big question is, does Penguin fix his damage? Because he's faster than Martin, it looks like. So why
Right
fix
now,
your damage? And wait
so
for
yeah,
Penguin?
why? Ooh, what strategy is Penguin? I think Penguin, no matter what, has always gone for the splash and dash. I don't think he's been a tire guy ever. So,
Hey, Martin
and here's the
might
thing.
try the undercut here.
And here's the thing. I feel like once you've made up your time, once you made up your mind with the fuel load at the start of the race, there's no changing your mind on if you want to take tires halfway anymore. You know what I mean?
That is
Like
true.
you're already loaded up. You're gonna spend you're not gonna throw on 30 seconds of time for nothing on track. So yeah, it's hard to argue that Penguin's gonna change his strategy now. I think, like you said earlier, they're set in their ways, man.
They are.
I think Smoke and Espenia are, oh my goodness, snapping right back to a battle. Smoke and Espenia are giving it a good old swapperoo in the two Hyundais. The two teammates in the back of the field, as one of them goes wide at turn 1. He's pushing the limits of what they're capable of right now. Up the hill, over the crest, yes. Guys are putting on a show for us also. Bless their hearts.
So besides those, everybody's kind of spread out into their own place. Penguin has already got a 3-second gap on Martin. It's crazy.
You're kidding. Now, do you think Martin has damage too, or no?
I mean, I can see he has bumper damage, but he can't be that slow. I mean, damage-wise, because Penguin had a crash that we saw. It was a pretty big crash, so I don't know what's happening there.
Oh my goodness! Look at the
Penguin
amount
is on the
of
back
pace.
patio.
Right? Look at the amount of pace that Penguin has right now.
I bet Penguin might be going for a move here in the turn 11, or whatever we're calling it now.
Turn 11, yeah. We'll call turn 11 the hairpin in the back, huh?
It's turn 11 in our hearts. That's all that matters.
It's turn 11 in our hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you, folks. Because the S's are just one giant turn. That's turn 8 from now on, okay?
Yeah. Then we skip a few and go straight to turn 11. Looks like Corey Robbins with the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:39.4.
Corey Robbins, my man. Fastest lap of the race. Good for him. Heck yeah. Hopefully that might be enough to close down that gap to Pasha ahead, who I think will go with the strategy that you suggested of going with the splash and dash, minimizing the time spent in the pits to try to build another gap to Martin. To try to make sure that he can close that gap to the leader ahead, as I'm having an absolute brain meltdown. We're only 35 minutes into this race. Now, when is Martin going to pit?
That's a great question.
Soon, I think. Because you need to get the most out of the second stint of tires. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get the most out of a very light car at the beginning of the race. You know, almost a quali setup by the time you're going into the box. And then the second stint, you got to get the most out of that second stint of tires. So pushing it right until the second wear bar kicks in. You know what I mean? So the most minimal wear possible on both sets, I guess.
Interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, it's gonna be close, and I think it's gonna happen obviously within the next 5 minutes, unless Martin's throwing us all for a loop and has changed his strategy on us behind our backs. What kind of lap times was Kevin Ospina? Kevin Ospina is still in the 40s as well, as everybody is kind of taking it pretty cautiously.
Pasha's catching Kevin big time here. He's only 1.2 seconds back.
Wow.
And Kevin did have that 2.5 second lead earlier on today.
He sure did, as this gap is dwindling, but as we got a good glimpse of it in the background, don't be forgetting about that orange cars. Wow, I love it. I love it here at Sonoma. The entrance to the carousel is just...
Yes. It's beautiful.
God. I'm not going to stop bragging about how much I love this gosh darn track anymore. Oh, as Kevin Ospina is losing it a little bit. Wow.
Maybe he was up his stuff too much at the beginning.
Maybe pushed it a little too hard is right, because he is starting to get a little wary, especially on the hairpin. I think he might have compounded some flat spots from pushing really hard. You know what I mean? I feel like he may have compounded some flat spots, now has a big one. And as we watch him into the hairpin, he'll definitely... Say again?
I feel like something might have happened to Martin here, because he's 4.7 seconds back on Tradion now.
Oh no. He's falling down the field as Pasha is... Oh no! Into the tire barrier at the hairpin! Trying to clip it a little too much! What?
That is rough.
That is not the way we wanted this to happen.
He was definitely going for it, though.
He was absolutely pushing on the heels of Ospina and just clipped the inside curb as the glasses just shattered on that front windshield. As I'll try to get us on board. Take a look at it. I don't... This is when you change strategy.
Well, you
Schulte.
said they're locked in. They might be ready for a splash dash. You never know.
This is where you have to change strategy. Schulte. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is probably true.
There's no way that you want to drive around with broken glass in your face for the next 32 minutes comfortably, and not to mention the suspension damage or body damage that he might have, as it looks like the aero package might not be that big on these TCRs, but it looks like he may have a lot of lost on the exit of the carousel, getting quite a bit of understeer.
Speaking of broken glass, Penguin is up to 5th, on to Pasha now, after that huge wreck at the beginning of the race.
He is, that's not a lie. He had that huge wreck at the beginning of the race. Looks to not have any major damage, but it's just kept his heart in it. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he is definitely doing a last to whatever challenge now. That's for sure. As Ospina having a moment. Oh, pulling a Pasha as he also goes into the tire barrier. I did not mean to call it that, but it might be that from now on.
Corey Robbins inherited the lead just by not hitting tires.
Corey Robbins. Say that again, Schultz. That might be the line of the race. That was beautiful. Corey Robbins inheriting the lead of the race by not hitting the tire barrier at the hairpin of 11 in our hearts and souls here at Plebian Racing. This is beautiful stuff, as now we've got a battle for the lead, and we've also got a battle for interesting pit strategies now. As we talked about Pasha having that damage in that broken glass, maybe he wants to get a look at that cleaned up. Well, actually, let's take a look at Ospina. See what kind of damage he's got.
He seems fine.
He seems not too banged up. And definitely not as bad a shape as Pasha is. That's for sure.
I'm so curious on what happened between Kevin and Penguin on the second lap.
Oh, we will get a good look at that in the post-race show if we remember to do it this time. I always forget to do it, or I either get to the driver's Discord a little too late and they're already in a replay watching it on someone's Discord stream. So it's been a mixed bag, but we're going to see what we can do for next season and maybe shake it up, as the order got jumbled around, but I don't think that was correct. What? Yeah. I think it just glitched out my leaderboard. Give it a second for them to cross the line, and everything will go back to the way it is supposed to be, with Corey Robbins in first, Ospina in second, Good Neighbor in third, Pasha in fourth, Penguin in fifth, Tradion in sixth, Martin in seventh. About 5 seconds back from Tradion, having more issues it seems, and Smoke in 8th and Zumana in 9th.
I have to say, I think Pasha should stay on his strategy. He hasn't lost time, and he is catching the Good Neighbor right now.
Is he now? So you're telling me that he has just the innate pace to keep up, as the Good Neighbor looks to have some damage of his own. So maybe that's all equalizing out. Seems to be the theme of this season so far, is everybody's got some damage.
And he's pulling away from Penguin as well.
Let's watch that gap.
I think this battle for the lead will be very interesting.
Oh yeah, and maybe let's get on board with Ospina.
Yeah. I know Kevin and Corey are both pretty aggressive drivers when it comes to trying to pass through the lead. So
golly, look at these guys.
I expect to move into our turn 11. Let's see if Kevin does it. Yo, he's thinking about it. He's going for it.
Oh, and he's getting left just enough room, isn't he?
That was close. Corey did a good job defending it there.
Wow, this is tight. Let's get the Gran Turismo view on the bumper with Kevin Ospina as he makes a move on the inside of 2, and he's alongside almost, but not enough. Backs out of it. He thinks better of it. Oh, and there's a little bit of the rubber banding we were thinking about Kevin having earlier. Oof.
Kevin just needs to wait for a braking zone, I think.
Yep, Kevin's definitely going to need to be a little patient with the move that he picks next. Oh, we don't want one of those. Let's get on the hood of. Good idea of where the body is, and if he gets a wheel along the inside of Corey Robbins now. As things are still close in the back behind us, Penguin and Tradion getting awfully familiar, only a half second separating them. We might go ahead and snap back to that real quickly as they enter 7.
Penguin was only a second back from Pasha, now he's 4 seconds back.
Yeah, he might be having a couple mistakes. As you talked about earlier, this lack of runoff, and as I commented, the punishing runoff here at Sonoma Raceway.
Yes.
Really just, one little mistake, one little breath of the throttle or heading over into the grass is going to turn into about 4 seconds. So maybe that's what happened is, send it a little too deep into the carousel and head towards the grassy knoll. That'll definitely cost it as Penguin is into the pits. Let's see how long he's in there for. Yeah.
And also, Pasha has caught the Good Neighbor.
Pasha's on the Good Neighbor now, as he's got a ton of damage now. Goodness gracious. Keep an eye on Penguin. He's still in the pits. Yep. Getting passed by Martin.
He overshot it. He overshot his stall.
No.
He is doing some funky stuff right now.
Oh no. Did he not have the damage selected to be repaired or something like that? Or did he not have a strategy, you think?
I don't know.
Because how it always defaults to 0 fuel, and then when you pull in, it doesn't do anything, so you got to back up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have one later.
Right now. Kevin is on Corey, and Pasha is on the Good Neighbor.
Let's take a look at Kevin Ospina and Corey Robbins for the lead. This is close. Only 3/4 of a second separating these two, but back to Pasha and the gang. A half second separating these two.
I think Pasha's strategy was weight savings. He got rid of that back bumper.
You know, that's
And
my strategy for a set of Corsa Competizione is, you know, I'll either get punted or punt someone to lose some aero, and instantly I'm a half-second faster on the straights, and I'm like, perfect, weight saving.
I'm not sure if it's my UI bugging out or not, but for me it says that Penguin has not had a pit stop yet.
For the Assetto Corsa Competizione, yeah, sometimes it does bug out where it says that he hasn't completed the pit, even though he has. Sometimes what you got to do is roll through the race tower mode, and we can see the pit stops, and it looks like Penguin has completed a pit stop, so has Martin and Tradion. Yeah, so sometimes it bugs out because, like we saw, he went into the stall, back out, you know, so he might have gotten that one stop in. As Tradion is actually, looks like he's completing his right now, and a couple more people taking theirs. So Tradion taking his, Martin taking his right now. Zumina through the pits also. Yep, those look like some pit lights are on. Anybody else so far? No, because this is going to definitely be the cutoff for tires. I think if you're going to make... Go ahead.
I was just saying, I think probably one of the leaders will be pitting here, because they'll be trying to get the jump on each other.
Yep. Because either way, if you're not going to make the pass work on track, you know, the tight and twisty Sonoma Raceway may not be the easiest place to make a move stick, other than the 2 hairpins as we talked about. Maybe just do it in the pit cycle, right? You know, if you're able to overcut your opponent, or undercut in this case, because it looks like they're both trying to overcut each other. As I thought Espino was going to make a move. He thought about it, but that might just be his racing line. Just breathing it out the front left wheel there across the pit line, trying to straighten that out as much as he can. Yeah, Pasha is into the pits now. Let's see where he ends up in all this, and where Martin is, more importantly, I think, just to keep an eye on this battle.
He is 5 seconds ahead of Penguin for the championship, second place as well.
This is close and tight. Let's
Penguin
keep an eye on the
the
times. Say again, he did?
He has fixed his damage, yes.
Holy smokes. The car wash has been completed on Penguin.
Yes.
But what about Martin? That looks kind of squeaky clean, I think. Oh, maybe. No, he didn't.
Martin has not gone to the car wash.
He has not. Martin has. He has not gone to the signature car. How much time do you think? Okay, here's also the other thing. Penguin screwed up his pit stop. Twice we saw, right? Or twice that you saw. Yeah. And is still only 4 seconds back on Martin.
Penguin won't catch Martin by the end of this race.
Yeah, so I think whether Martin took the damage or not is almost a non-issue, right? I think no matter what, the position was going to be gained. But we will see it on track, thank goodness, because I'm excited to see this as we just get a glimpse of Penguin throwing it into the carousel, hunting down Martin.
As long as Penguin stays on pace, I'm pretty sure he'll catch, because he was 5 seconds back, now he's only 4.1.
20 minutes left, 1 minute 40s.
Kevin and Corey still have not pit yet, and they are on each other.
Neck and neck. Let's jump ahead. Good eye. Thanks for keeping me on it. Oh, Tradion is also only 2/10 back on Smoke, but that's a race for position right now, but maybe not. Smoke has not pit yet, as he is giving up that position. Yep, he sure did. As we're going to snap back to this gap that has opened up. Just want to make sure that Smoke has not pit yet. That's correct. Okay. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I have not been paying attention to chat. We got the P1ZOT, excuse me. Talking about aggressive drivers. We got the daily fill-in chat. Hello, everybody. And thanks for joining us. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. We've been caught up in quite a bit of this action here. How have things been going? Hope you guys had a good race on Circuit Superstars, which is free to play this weekend and on sale. In case you haven't picked it up, Schultz, are you a fan as both of these guys lock up the brakes into the hairpin?
A fan of what?
Circuit Superstars, a top-down racing game.
I have never played it. I've never seen it.
We're going to
But,
download
I mean-
something after this, my friend. We're going to download something after this and have some fun. It'll be a bonding experience for the both of us. A little get to know each other party.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Have both of these guys still not pit yet?
Have not. I don't know
My
why.
goodness.
I mean, it's working out, I guess.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh. This is going to be tight on the inside. Backs out of it and thinking better of it. Corey Robbins locking up the brakes again. That's not going to help out his lap times, as that's going to create a deeper rut for that flat spot to get picked up on as he pushes the brakes into these nasty hairpins here.
I just don't get why Kevin is not pitting right now. I mean, he's being held up by Corey. He's obviously faster. Why not pit? Go for the undercut and get some fresh air.
Maybe he really wants to just do it on track. And you know, the other thing is he's not necessarily going to be put into fresh air either. Where's 30 seconds back going to put him if we look at the overall gap? We can do that here. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. So let's say it's a 40-second gap. He's going to come out in between or right around Pasha and Tradion, even with a splash and dash, man. Like, that's right. That's
I don't see him staying behind Corey is going to help at all.
it's not, but
He's losing more time right now.
oh, here he goes. Here he
There's
goes.
Corey.
So there goes Corey. Corey doesn't want to drive with someone in his rearview mirror anymore. But let's see where this is going to put him out. I think this is going to mix up the standings quite a bit, because these guys must have lost out quite a bit of time either blocking and defending on each other.
This is definitely going to be the most important laps for Kevin right here. He's going to have fresh air. He's all by himself. He's to put good, solid laps together, try to build him a gap for when he pits.
Yeah, he's had no pressure. He's got no pressure now. He's calm, cool, and collected. All he needs to do is breathe and hit his marks and put down the lap times. You're absolutely right about that. Hopefully Kevin can keep it together, as now this is, I think, his race to lose, because he had such a good lead so far as Paisat. Hopefully Ospina learned how to attack and defend a position since Willow Springs. I think he has put on a clinic about that and shown us what he's made of, as Good Neighbor and Pasha have swapped positions back. That battle for 3 and 4 getting spicy again, as let's see if Pasha did repair that damage. He must have. I don't see why he couldn't have.
He has not.
You're kidding. I'm seeing fresh glass.
Yes. Okay.
I'm seeing fresh glass. Exactly. I don't know if I could have stuck on board with that for any longer.
It looks weird for me for a second. Yeah, you're right.
Let's see where
I think
Corey
this is
Robbins is and Ospina.
28-second gap.
Oh man.
I
As
think this is Corey's
Ospina's in. Where's Corey?
Oh boy. This is gonna be the race right here.
All right, talk us through this, Schultz. Talk us through this. I'm too nervous. I can't speak.
All right. Corey is going through the infinite S's right now as Kevin's just coming in. I think Corey will pass him here. It's gonna be very close, but I think Corey might have him. Kevin enters around the corner, about to enter his pit stall. Into his pits. Kevin is in the pits. Corey comes around the final S. About to enter turn 11. Kevin's still standing still. Here comes Corey. Kevin's out. Or Kevin, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be very close. Kevin's exiting the pits.
Where is Kevin? Here he is, rounding turn 1. Where is Corey Robbins?
Corey's gonna have the momentum though.
Oh, this is huge.
Oh, wow. You gotta remember, Kevin has probably colder tires than Corey. Corey's up to speed already. Let's see if Corey can catch him here.
Wow.
That was intense.
But now, what's the difference between them? I think is that Corey Robbins was able to repair some damage that he may have had, but I think very clearly Kevin Ospina had that button checked off to a big fat no.
That was a fast pit stop.
As his butt is a little bit crinkled, and that was a fast pit stop, wasn't it?
let's see what Corey can do here. It's all on him now. .2 seconds
All
back.
on him. Both of these boys pushing it to the limit. Just smoke coming off these tires. Fuming.
And I just gotta say, if something happens between these two, Pasha's in the scene.
Oh, absolutely. That's Pasha's gig, by the way, in case you haven't picked up, is calm, cool, and collected, and just being there at the right place at the right time and collecting the pieces as they fall.
I gotta say also, probably the most important battles going on right now. Martin versus Penguin. Penguin is on to Martin, 8/10 back. This is for the championship, 2nd place.
Yep, you are absolutely right. Let's see if we can snap away from Martin and Penguin, excuse me, from Ospina and Robbins to go to Martin and Penguin for a few minutes and get a glimpse of what these guys are doing on the backside of the track. Oh, there's a move around 11. And onto the straight.
I expect Penguin to be very aggressive, and I expect Martin to try to keep him behind.
That's the good thing about racing with someone for 7 races across the distance you guys have. Oh, as they're going side to side up 2 and into 3. Yes, wow. Over the curb, keeping it collected again over the crest, nose to tail into 5. Holy smokes.
That's all you can get.
Whew. As I was saying, the amount of respect and trust you can get with someone by racing 7 races in a row, the way these guys had across a class and series like this, varying tracks, competition, whole 9, last to first to last challenge is the whole thing. As yeah, Penguin's getting a little exploratory with that line craft. A little mowing here at Napa, trying to find the vineyards as both of them are going a little wide, maybe taking some creative lines to try to maximize the straightaway. That's not a straightaway, of course, on the backside of the track. The Infinite S's, as Schultze has called them, and that's going to be something I take to Sonoma Raceway every year from now on.
Good to know. They are both using every inch of this track. Try not to get into the grass.
I love that about them. You're right. They are going coast to coast through the S's, from grassy bit to the edge of the paint on the curbing to the edge of the bit on the curbing on the other side of the track. It's great.
I think Penguin's got the clear advantage right now. I think he has better pace, and he's.
Yeah, he does. That was about a second faster that lap around. But again, they were battling. They were pretty much side by side. So, the time had to come from somewhere, especially that one round when they were nose to tail here last lap around. So let's see what they can do over the next 4 or 5 minutes, as this will get more intense as the time goes on. But this will be the decider for the final 2 spots on the championship podium.
Martin's definitely not letting him go.
Oh no, I don't think that's on the table. I don't think any part of that is on the table tonight. I think this is not only for bragging rights here for Plebian Racing, but bragging rights outside of the community as well. And being able to fly the flag for the inaugural season is quite a big deal, I think.
But do have to say, the Martin is en route to have his fastest lap of the race this lap.
Oh, you're kidding.
He is
You're kidding.
6/10. He is booking it.
49 minutes and 15 seconds into this race, Martin Noble pulled the cat out of the bag and is trying to set his fastest lap, getting into quali trim now. Maybe that's his creative racecraft he's gone for.
He's definitely got it.
Has he got a 39 in him as he approaches the line, getting out to 12, cutting it to the wall as tight as he can? I think he does. Wow.
Penguin was still 2 tenths faster that lap.
So getting dragged along.
I think someone's copying some lines.
Yeah, not to downplay Martin's efforts at all, but I think he is being dragged along into the 39s, as I think that's faster than his quality time was. He's copying some lines, at least sucking up some of that slipstream, that juicy stuff.
It was just inspiration.
It just right, exactly. Inspirational lines that he's using.
We have creative lines and not inspirational lines.
Exploratory, Schultze.
It looks like Corey is slowly falling back from a spin yet. Second place though for Corey is pretty good. I think it's probably be his best finish of the season so far. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I mean, I think for Ospina and for Corey Robbins. Ospina has had a lot of bad luck, not only in this championship, but in the Small Wheels Championship as well. Internet issues have plagued that man, so he basically never gets to finish a race. It has been very unfortunate. Again, I'm curious to see what happened on the front straight here between him and Pinguino. We'll get to that after, obviously, but I'm very glad to see him have a good race for once. He's always had the pace. Someone who I think I've never seen kind of lurking around the practice lobbies with the crew. So maybe he's just one of those people that's innately fast. Any insight on Ospina?
Well, he definitely practices. I've seen him practice quite a lot.
Okay.
He is naturally fast. He is a very fast guy. Aggressive and fast.
As Martin's getting more exploratory, looking for the grapes off in the grass of Sonoma Raceway.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time in the last few laps.
Yeah. I think our boy's getting a little winded and tired. Maybe losing his mind a little bit.
Too much.
Exactly. And we know how the physical fatigue can turn into the mental fatigue after being out on track for quite a bit of time.
I definitely feel that.
And these lap times, anything under, I would say anything at the hour mark and, roughly a 2-minute lap, it's going to feel like an endurance race. A very long endurance race. It's going to feel much longer than it is. I think that's kind of what you get here. A slow car, medium-sized track, 15 minutes plus a lap. It's a long time to spend going around in circles. It's like doing Spa for an hour, right? It feels like it's much longer. And you're only doing 25 laps.
Yeah.
As these guys are approaching their 24th, 25th lap themselves with 7 minutes left to go.
That's kind of my mentality going into longer races. It's just like I count how many laps I'm gonna do. I just think I want to do this corner 25 times. That's it. As long as I hit this corner 25 times perfectly, I'm fine.
Hell yeah!
Just 25 times. So it makes it sound better that way for me, at least.
That is awesome. That's a good way to think about it too. I love in some races where you got a proper stint and you get the right amount of fuel.
Yeah.
You just watch that laps remaining countdown, 22, 21, 20, and you're just like, next time you look at it, it's 5, 4. You're like, oh shit, I got a box. Who am I giving the car to, man?
Yeah. While we do have some downtime, we have 6 minutes left in the season. We just gotta say, this Wednesday we are starting off the Miata Championship. And hopefully that will be a very, very exciting series. Cars are amazing, tracks are amazing. Should be very fun and close racing.
Schultze, are you able to or have the capability to get a link to the Plebian Racing World Tour Discord and drop that in so people who are in chat can at least see what they're missing out on and at least join in on either the tomfoolery, the shenanigans, and the conversations that we're having behind the scenes on how we get things done at Plebian Racing.
You want me to just put it in chat?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Alrighty. I'm gonna put it in YouTube chat.
Perfect.
Seconds.
Then I can grab that and put it on Discord again. That'll be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
And we've got a Pasha Paterson lover since the beginning. Of course you are. Who could not? Who else would you want to root for here?
Yeah. Pasha does seem pretty good.
Right? He is good. He's calm, cool, collected, and of course, if you're interested in getting some more Pasha in-depth coverage, please, please, please make sure you pop up in another monitor, as we've got someone getting close to someone else out on track. I think that might be a back marker up ahead. That looks like Corey Robbins getting tangled with Smoke or Zumina. It is.
I put 2 links in there. One of them will work.
Perfect. Uh-oh. I think my chat may have died. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Nope, that's not good. I don't know when that might have happened. Chat may have died a long time ago. Hopefully that's not the case. I'll have to figure out a solution for that. Because you said that you dumped something in, and I don't see it on the things I'm monitoring, unfortunately. But as you were saying, we have the Mazda MX-5s coming up this Wednesday to replace the Small Wheels racing season that just finished up, where we raced the Mad Formula student cars. That was wild and fun. And the Audi TT, that's going to be coming up on Saturday. It's going to be on the same week this time, Schultz? Back-to-back, Wednesday then Saturday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one consecutive thing.
That sounds great. It sounds like they're also accepting custom liveries, right? So that should be
they are.
Beautiful and exciting for the team.
Most of us all do have custom liveries, so I think watching will be very exciting and more personalized this time around. Are you
racing in both series, Schultz?
I am doing the Mazda Miata series.
Okay,
and I am running a purple Ally paint scheme. It's a imitation of a NASCAR car that was ran last year. Aha!
That sounds unique and colorful, and I will definitely be looking out for you on track. And that's one of the main things I will be looking forward to next season. Also, is being able to see everybody's personality and flares thrown onto their liveries, and being able to call them out just with my eyes and not having to stare at my leaderboard to figure out who's who. That'll be really nice and refreshing.
You better be running a livery contest and tell us who has the best one.
If we gather enough viewers and followers, I guarantee you one of the things I'm going to go for is I'm going to have a livery showcase like Pasha does, and go through them all. And that's what I was saying. Excuse me. If you wanted more in-depth coverage of Pasha Paterson, as you all do probably, head over to Zero Bandwidth, ZER0, like the number, Bandwidth on Twitch. He does onboard, obviously, with some commentary. There's a lot of his videos where he'll do full-on endurance races where they're an hour long. He'll do some track walkthroughs or track releases for brand new stuff on Race Department. He'll do a lot of fun and goofy stuff and combinations, and obviously he runs a Monday night series on simracingsystem.com if you're ever interested in some serious online competitive with matchmaking system and all that good stuff, kind of like iRacing but for free.
Yeah,
excuse me.
Doing the Indy Lights right now, and I just signed up for that, so that'll be very exciting.
Oh, are you in it? I'm in that championship as well.
Well, I just signed up. I'm waiting to get accepted.
Oh, okay. Make sure you message the mod if you did sign up for Sim Racing System. You gotta message Henrique and get that whole process going.
I did all that this morning.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you out there on Monday. It's actually a series that I've done fairly well, and as Corey Robbins is off and into the grass doing a little exploring there, he's able to get it collected, and it's going for the wall ride into the hairpin. Oh no!
I think he's going for it. This is gonna be the last lap coming up from here. And looks like
Corey
Kevin
Robbins
in the back.
absolutely sending it. Pasha's right behind, 2 seconds back, looking for an opportunity to gain some points. I think Corey Robbins is just going for the glory here in the last couple of minutes. Last couple of seconds, because this is going to be an extra lap. Don't forget, right?
Oh, there isn't there?
So this is going to be the penultimate lap. So this lap plus one more.
Corey is catching again. I think something might have happened to Kevin.
I think Corey is just absolutely pulling everything that he can cutting what he can at this point, going to the grass where he knows he's been able to from practice, because I know Corey's that kind of guy.
Definitely is.
Where we know how to catch a car because we've died so many times in practice before. You know, I'm guilty of that myself.
Oh yeah, that's me too.
As wow, that gap is close. 2 seconds separating the leaders here, 1 and 2. As we did not get a good look at Penguin and Martin, but that gap just separated and just going further and further apart as that looks to be decided.
As long as Penguin doesn't mess up, looks like he will be finishing second.
That's 6 seconds ahead. And that looks like that is sealed. I wonder if there's a battle between Ospina and Corey Robbins that we weren't paying attention to in the championship. Corey Robbins and Ospina. Nope. Doesn't look like there's a big battle there. 26 and 10 in the championship. Oh, leader has 2 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm not. I think this might hit 1 right here. Yeah. Now
Oh, okay. Here we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Pasha, sub 40 again.
Pasha 1 second place.
Yeah, he does. I think he is also going for glory. Definitely not with just 1 remaining, but maybe Corey Robbins will be pushed into a mistake here. With how much he's pushing it to the limit. Oh, Tradion, only 7/10 back on someone up ahead. He might be looking to make a move on the good neighbor, possibly. Ooh.
I think he'll only go for a move if he knows he can make it stick, I think. But we'll see.
Oh, Tradion. Last lap desperation, maybe.
Yeah, you never know. So he's falling back a little bit right here. Let's see if he can gain it back in this corner.
Tradion P5 in the championship. Good for you, brother. Wow. I mean, I think that's what he needed.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what Tradion needed to jump James Leader in the championship to get him up into P4. That's definitely someone we're going to be pulling into the commentary booth after this race to get a good talking to and see how he's been doing. And getting down with this.
Right. And Kevin is about to enter the final corner to win the season finale.
Get on board with Kevin.
Oh, Corey.
Corey still sending it hard. Pasha right behind. As we are on board with the championship winner. And that
championship winner. Oh, you're talking about Pasha. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
You are all good as I quickly snap back to Pasha. In 3rd place of the race, the win going out to Kevin Ospina. Congratulations, and Corey Robbins getting the finishes you guys both deserved this season, finally coming around to you. Good job for sticking it out. Great drives, everybody this season. But that will solidify the championship if I'm not mistaken. Actually, yes, this looks like this will set everything in stone for the podium. That'll be Pasha Paterson in P1, taking his victory laps. Martin in P3 now. Penguin in P2. And let's see if we can grab someone for a conversation in the booth, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Who we grab? Let's grab Dave. And let's grab Penguin. Hey, we've got Dave and we've got Penguin in the booth with us for the finale of the Plebian Racing World Tour. How was the season? And congratulations on P2 and P3. And I also dragged Pasha in here because you guys are our podium winners for the season.
Let's go. James didn't show up, so I'm on the podium.
Oh, wait, what happened? I just got back.
Oh, well, welcome to the booth, Penguin.
Sorry. What happened?
Welcome to the booth. I'm kind of just dragging everybody on board. I definitely want to get a chat with Tradion next, but congratulations on a successful season. Pasha, we already talked to earlier, just dragged him in to get in on the podium conversation. Penguin with the P2, clinching it in the final race, and Martin with P3, obviously, like you said, because James didn't show up to give you a run for your money. How does it feel, guys?
Feels pretty good. Can't lie.
1 second as I hop out of VR.
As long as I beat Noble.
Y'all are going for it.
Yeah, you guys were going for it. Penguin, what happened on what was that lap 2 with Ospina on the straight? Was that rubber banding? What happened?
Yeah, he rubber banded, teleported inside of me, and that just like nosedived my car and started making me do like 360s.
Oh, God darn it. That is not the way we wanted to see that fight end. That was... we couldn't figure it out for the longest time. We couldn't figure out what happened.
Hey, at least it made it exciting between you and Dave for the second place.
Yeah, I was. I remember him saying that he was just 1 point ahead, and I was trying my hardest to make sure that I finished in front of him, so I stayed. So I kept that second place.
That's exactly what you needed to do. You were basically on the last to first rampage. That was a hell of a drive, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And Martin, are you still here?
I'm here. I'm here.
What happened to you? Because Schultze pointed out that at one point you basically gave up positions, I think. And I think you gave up one to Tradion and then Penguin 2 at one point. I'm going to try to pull up the replay and see if we can get some of these clips going.
So basically for me, what happened was I had the wheel upside down and I downshifted instead of upshifted in a corner, and that let Jordan get by. Then I saw Penguin was there, and after that I was in my own head, just out. I was starting to mess up on every corner, so I was just like, all right, you know what, go ahead and let Penguin by, get some clear air and just clear my head. Figured that I had a better chance of coming back after pit and undercutting to catch Jordan than trying to fight Penguin while I was angry.
It's a good strategy. It seems like you were all by yourself there for a while before Penguin caught you. We were all surprised on how quickly Penguin drove back up to the field after he had that damage. Did it feel any different? Did the car feel any different after the wreck, Penguin?
Not really, no, but I felt like once it got to the point where everyone's tires were starting to get affected, I felt like mine was affected a little bit more. I did have rear, like red arrow damage and like front bumper yellow damage, so I guess not really, but once it got to like the wear point where you could start feeling it, that's when I started feeling it a lot compared to everyone else, I guess.
Gotcha. That's all you saw.
And of course, I'm muted while I'm trying to do an interview. And then who is Tradion in the Discord? I'd love to pull him down here and get a good conversation with him.
Jordan.
Is he Jordan? All right, let me drag him in here. Jordan, dragging you into the booth also for the podium conversation.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not a
How'd we
podium
do?
finisher. We're doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby.
Have you taken a look at the championship standings yet?
I'm in fourth. I was just looking at it.
Are you surprised at all?
I think if we had the same participation we did at the beginning of the season, that wouldn't have happened, but I'm definitely happy with it.
I want to be honest with you. I am also very happy with that. I am a huge Tradion fan, and I am so happy that you had a great finish to this season. I feel like you put in a lot of work to get up there, and you're just fast, man. You picked up the pace. You got quicker over the season. Your driving is amazing. You're fighting with Martin all the darn time now, which I think is exciting to see. And it gives me something to talk about.
A little.
The beginning of the season, my goal was to compete with Dave, so actually getting to that point was pretty cool.
I think, yeah, and I think you definitely accomplished that, not only in this race, but a couple races this season. So very happy. I'm glad to have you on board, and thank you very much for spending the time to talk to us. Is there anything you want to talk about that happened in your race?
No,
because we're actually on board with you right now as you're making a move onto Martin.
Is that what's happened?
Yeah, down on the downhill right-hander.
Yeah. He was
that
going
was
slow.
good. He was, man. You guys were just glued like magnets to each other. It was just a beautiful thing to see. I loved it.
Well, there's that. I think it's a double apex, right?
At the end, 7.
It might be 7. I don't know the numbers on this course. I honestly don't. I didn't learn it until an hour before the race.
Don't worry, me and Carson are just making it up as we go along anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, he it sounded like he dropped down to first, and I was trying not to rear end him because I, had taken it in second. I'm like, go Dave, hit the fucking gas.
Oh, is that the move we just talked about with Dave where it all got inverted, where you'd gotten by Martin, and then Martin had get passed by Penguin at the hairpin, right?
Yeah, that was it.
It was a little before that, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I think we're almost there at it right now. I think we are. I think we're actually right there. Yeah, you made the pass on Martin, and then going up the hill, I think, is where Penguin and Martin.
He let me by there, and I'm not sure.
Right? I think that's the first. Yeah, and there it is right now. We're just seeing it again. Martin basically lets Penguin by, like he said, with the frustration, and just let him by to get some clear air. And then I do want to get around to everybody this time, since this is the season finale. Is there anything everybody else wanted to talk about, or did I go through somebody's race too fast? I want to make sure I grab Kevin Ospina and Corey Robbins here next.
Corey snuck out for a minute, so you might want to give him a few.
All right.
Kevin probably be a good grab.
Now
Is
that
Kevin
I've been
Jesus?
interviewed, can I hop back up into the other chat?
Absolutely. You can drag yourself, and I'm going to start dragging everybody else with you.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too, brother. Kevin Ospina.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
That's right.
Which one's?
Dat. The one's just Dat.
All right. Kevin Ospina?
Yo, hey,
I've-
what's going on?
Hey, I've grabbed the wrong guy before, so I'm glad to have you this time. How are you doing, Kevin?
Pretty good.
How are you feeling after that race?
Sweaty. I really had to work for that one. I honestly did. Like, I was out of the bunch, I was the slowest, so I just kept it cool. But I'm really hot right now.
I believe you. It looked like a battle for attrition out there, because you and Corey Robbins were glued to each other. But before we get to that, what happened, or what did you see happen between you and Penguin on, what was that, lap 2 or 3 on the front straight there coming across the pits?
We got close, and a little glitch happened. And ended up touching a tiny bit. It went away, but then it came back a second time, and then that was about it.
Yeah, and I think that was about it, because we didn't really see you have any more collisions or any neck coating happen after that.
It's
just
at the start. When everybody's like jumbled up, I mean, sometimes it freaks out, but then once everybody, gets in the groove, it leveled out.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we all saw that, because you didn't have any problems with Corey Robbins towards the end of the race. That was calm, cool, and collected, I saw. So that's awesome.
Yeah, he's good. He's fast. So I was dealing with front bumper damage. It was red, so I was trying to.
Oh, was that from the incident with Penguin that had that?
Yeah. So I just dealt with it. I didn't bother to fix it because I still
saw
had,
that.
I had decent pace. I still had decent pace, so I just kept it. I had to deal with it.
So what? I mean, talk us through it. So you just immediately had the incident with Penguin. You've got this nice gap ahead. What was your strategy? Did you already pick one from the get-go? Were you thinking about changing it up to maybe repair some damage right now? If you're not watching the stream, we're about lap 3 in right now. The incident with Penguin just happened. So what were you going through? You're not sweaty yet, but you're getting there, right?
No. Yeah. I didn't have because I've only had like maybe a day and a half of practice on this track. Like realistically, like full anger. But I basically chose a super aggressive strategy, but it kind of got swapped out when Corey ended up getting in front of me. So I played the who was going to go in first game, and then I just went in the next lap. And it eventually worked out because I actually overcut that.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. you were sweating, we were sweating, because we were arguing with ourselves over who was going to pit next and who was going to pit first here, because we were wondering if you guys were watching the clock. I think it was down to like 14 or 12 minutes left on the pit window, and neither of you guys have even flinched yet.
I was just waiting for the moment, and then it came. Realistically,
like you said, you thought you had the pace. Obviously, you did have the pace to just keep ahead of Corey and then just play that game. Was there any point where you thought, this isn't my race, or this is?
No. Every time I was behind Corey, it was just not happening. Trying to get a move going.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I had to play the pit stop strategy once he passed me.
Because you knew it. And okay, so at that moment, you knew that one lap, because right, it was a 1 lap difference. 1 lap was going to make or break it. You were sniffing his asshole, to put it kindly. You're right on the pit entry. He was right there. You guys were right there. 1 lap was going to make the difference, and every bit of time that you made in the pits, that's when the sweat's trickling down, right?
Yeah, because I knew that. I feel like, to me personally, I feel like the dirty air really had it out for me. It was kind of a struggle with that. I felt like it was, but I managed to deal with it. So.
I don't think we can deny that, because you were pushing it as hard as you possibly can. But that gap was just slinking around, though. It was longer and shorter. But like I said, it was just, the human centipede coming into the pit lane. That's for sure. That was just disgusting. Let's see if we can jump a few more laps here.
I do have a quick question real quick, Kevin.
Go ahead, Carson.
What was your plan with staying behind Corey so long? Like, why didn't you try to do the undercut lead?
Because I couldn't tell you exactly. I had no idea what was going through my head. In my head at that specific moment, I wanted him to go in first, because I had my tires, they were good before I had to take the new set. They felt fine. I managed to keep them good, because they never overheated at all, so I never really had any tire issues. But using them for so long and not getting new tires, obviously you're gonna run down. So.
Yeah, all props to you. You won the race, so I guess it worked out.
Yeah, just played the waiting game on that one.
So no wear problems, no wear worries. Did you even take tires in the pit stop?
I did. Okay. New set and splash and dash.
Got it. We're gonna try to leapfrog ahead. So excuse the flashy cam, folks, as we try to get ahead to kind of some action where you're stiffing on the rear end of a Spenia. Oh, there's the pit. We've kind of passed it, but man, this was some of the spiciest racing we've seen all season, especially for the lead here. Like, usually the gaps were separated by quite a bit more than the breath of air you guys were giving each other here. I'm kind of just trying to stall until we can grab a moment with Corey Robbins.
I have a feeling he's coming back.
Oh, he's got to come back.
He's in good spirit. Yeah,
he's got to be. He's got to be in good spirits. This is one of his best finishes of the year, right? Of the season, excuse me, not the year. A little dramatic. It's getting a little dramatic now. This was just beautiful. There was a lot of this that was just beautiful and close and tight. Of course, on my home track, I'm going to be favored to this. But yeah, we're actually on board right now with you in your last lap. After after Corey Robbins dove into the pits. I think Corey Robbins has unmuted himself. I'm going to drag him in here. Hopefully you guys will put on the boxing gloves. Corey Robbins, how are you, sir? Corey?
Where is the Twitch link? I want to see this.
I'll put him back where he belongs.
He wasn't. He was talking right before.
Was he?
Yeah. After the race, he was like, "Yeah, it was a good race."
Let's see. Let me just drag him back down here, and we'll just keep talking until he comes back, puts his headphones on, and says some explicitives.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, is this Corey Robbins?
This is.
Hey, you're on the air with Plebian Racing after hours. How's it going?
Oh, I tell you what, I need a cigarette after that.
I bet you did. We made sure to give you a couple minutes to get a breath of fresh air and the nicotine in your system.
That was the hardest fight I've had the entire season.
That was a hell of a battle. One of the best results you had all season long. You got to be happy with that, huh, Corey?
Oh, absolutely. That was the best result I've had. It's a good follow-up to Baku last week when I got third in race 2. But this was, I was hoping I could get the win on the final race of the season, but I couldn't make it happen.
So, what was going on in your race? You had a lot going on at the middle of it. You know, you got up to the front. You know, I think you made out kind of well from the Penguin incident on lap 3. Good pace, just kept it together. Caught up to Ospina, made the move happen off of a mistake. What's going through your head as you're, you know, I'm not sure if you're watching the Twitch, but we're on board with you, just holding your ground, keeping ahead, and driving this clock into the grave and not pitting. What were you thinking, dude? How much sweat was coming out of you?
I was so scared to go and pit because exactly what happened was what I was afraid of. But I mean, at the start of the race, I think it was Good Neighbor got ahead of me because I went a little wide going up the hill at the beginning, and I was like, well, I'll probably just sit mid-pack for the whole race. But I got around him, then instant the Penguin happened, I was able to get it back into 4th, and it was just picking away at waiting for Pasha to make a mistake or give me an opening. And thankfully he found out those tires at the final hairpin are very, very solid. And it was just trying to close the gap to Kevin, see if I could hope he would make a mistake too. And then it was just fighting for my life to keep him away from me. That was the hardest I've had to work behind the wheel in a long time.
What was the quote of the race again, Tiger?
Oh God, I had almost forgotten how you had gotten the lead of the race until you had mentioned all that, Corey. The quote of the race ended up being in the commentary booth that Corey Robbins had inherited the lead of the race by simply not hitting the tire barrier as a turn 11.
I think I got pretty damn close to him a couple times. I got a little nervous. So it was either it was going to work or it wasn't. Thankfully, it did.
That was exactly why my brake bias wasn't set right, and my rears locked me to the right or to the left, and I hit the hole.
Oh no!
That's why.
All I saw was just a plume of smoke, and it said Kevin. Oh, go! I gotta get it.
That happened almost lap to lap, back to back. That was coming out of a script I couldn't write myself. That's exactly what happened to you getting that lead, but you didn't hit the tire barrier and you didn't make a mistake. But what was your strategy, and did you, from the beginning of the race, putting fuel in, selecting tires, getting your pit strategy together, and then while you're being chased down in P1, are you changing your strategy at all, or are you committed to the L plan? What's going through your head, Corey?
I'd done a little setup earlier in the week, and like everyone, I think we had 2 or 3 pit stop strategies set out, and I just tried to have one for the splash and dash, and I ended up going with splash and dash and tires at the same time, just because I held out as long as I could in the pits, because like I said, I didn't want to give him an opportunity to get ahead of me and maybe be faster in the pits than I was.
Yep.
And I pushed until I felt the tires really starting to just do their own thing, and I couldn't push it anymore, because if I kept going, it was just going to give him more openings that I was not willing to give up.
Yeah. No, you guys were just glued to each other. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I was fighting for my life. I was trying to get away from him. Every time I broke the tow limit, I'd make a little mistake, and guess what? He's 7/10 behind me again. God damn it.
Stop action on the Twitch.
Excuse me?
Pit stop action in the Twitch or in the replay. I'm just looking.
Oh yeah. Pit stop action in the Twitch replay, yes.
My final question for you, Corey, or my only question, is are you excited for this Wednesday, the Miata race?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how Tsukuba's going to go. The car's a little understeer. I got to spend some time, make a setup for that, try and get it a little more to the classic stable setup that I tend to go for.
Yeah, well, it should be fun this Wednesday.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed out I won't be able to do the Audi TT Championship at the same time, but I just scheduled it. Why not? No, it was an awesome race. It was a good fight. I was scared for my life for, from 2/3 to the end.
That was great, and I honestly I am so glad that I feel like you and Kevin finally got the finishing positions that you guys deserve this season. You guys have worked so hard, and Kevin, for you, it's just been a bout of luck and lag or internet connections that has kept you, even in the small wheels championship, from getting a good result sometimes. And Corey, just for attrition alone, you finally got the battle that you deserved and the points that you needed. So congratulations to the both of you guys.
Thank you. It was an awesome time.
And Espenia, are you going to be coming back for Wednesday and Saturday, or one or the other, or possibly both of them?
For the MX-5 Audi TT?
Yes.
In all honesty, I want to, since I made liveries for both. But I might just be doing just the MX-5s.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time commitment that you have.
If I want to do Audi TT, I'll definitely end up just joining, but if not, I just won't.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I think everybody appreciates the time commitments that everybody's being able to put out. Like Corey Robbins is only able to attend the Wednesdays. If you're only able to run one, then run one. If you're able to run both, run both. But yeah, having them both on the same week is a time commitment to give up, and the practice that goes with them to get the results you guys want. I completely understand, but very glad to have you guys both in the championship. You guys are both great drivers, and I'm very excited to see this battle continue next season.
Nice.
Right on. I'll dump you guys back off into the championship race chat. Again, thank you guys so much, and have a good one.
You too.
Carson, is there anything else or anybody else that we're forgetting here? We got the good neighbor, we've got Jesus, and I think there's anyone else we should pick up?
I think we're good. I think we covered the field pretty good, all the battles and stuff. And
All right.
Today was a good season finale. Amazing track, amazing racing. Close between Penguin and Martin. The strategy played a lot. Between the Corey and Kevin strategy, it's all very, very good.
And I think so too. I think everything played out beautifully well. I think there was a lot of strategy that was involved. I think there was a lot of complex decisions that had to be made. I think we obviously got the race that we wanted for the end of the year too, or excuse me, for the end of the season for the last two championship positions. So that was great to see, which I think we all deserved. I'm really excited, like you said, to look forward to Wednesday and Saturday. This will be an exciting back-to-back season. And obviously we have the Zero Bandwidth Championship race coming up on Monday. Fixed series, so don't go ahead and thinking you have to make a setup for something like that. Just show up and drive, which will be very cool. And plebianracing.net. And then I think you have dropped the link for the Discord in chat on YouTube, so everybody should be able to get a good look at that. Join us, come to the Discord, have a conversation with us, come watch some motorsports racing streams whenever we have the ability to do so. Corey Robbins, my brain is melting. Carson Schultze, is there anything I'm forgetting before we sign out for the night?
I think we're good, man. It's a good stream.
Right on. You want to go ahead and say your farewell, and I'll close us out as well?
All right. I don't have anything else to say.
Alrighty, that is it, everybody. This is the end of the inaugural season for the Plebian Racing World Tour Season 1. We will see you back this Saturday for Season 2, where Pasha Paterson is going to come back and defend his belt, and many others are going to battle it out to see if they can get a lick of the pie. All right, everybody, take care, have a wonderful night, and as always, be safe.